Okay, let me just go across to Mr. Pankaj Pachauri, for long the media advisor to the former Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh. Pankaj, it also must be a very, very emotive moment for you, even as you see those pictures. But look at the pictures there, not just the Congress party in full strength, from the Gandhis to the top-down party workers. I can see so many foreign envoys over here. And of course, the Union Cabinet, the Prime Minister, Speaker, and all of them. That's the mark of the man.
Absolutely, Pallavi. And as you have also worked on the Prime Minister PMO beat, you would have known from those days that Prime Minister had a vast number of followers and admirers, especially within India naturally, and especially among the global community. And I've been reading the uh, homages which are being sent by the global leaders, from Joe Biden to Angela Merkel to uh, all our neighbors, Samanaike in Sri Lanka, which shows that we were somehow got caught into what was the internal politics of India at that time, towards the end of his second term. And whatever he's left behind is being remembered today. Because what he left behind was the foundations of a very strong India. He always used to say that. And those foundations are based on the policies he followed, the policies he helped uh, initiate as a finance minister, 1991, as a prime minister from 2004 to 2014. Many people forget, and there's so much commentary about it globally, but we have not understood the importance yet of how he saved India's economy during the 2008-2009 financial crisis. I discussed that once with him in detail, that how he was able to do that. And after that, if you remembered, in a G20 summit, Barack Obama came up to him and he said in the meeting that he's a guru when it comes to the economy and how to handle the economy, the global economy. And he talked about it. I'm sorry, it's a very emotional thing for me to see this, because this is the last time that I would
Yeah,
be.
I can understand that. I know, I can kind of
Yeah.
understand that. It's,
So, so he explained that, the power of India's economy, the power of India's future lies with the poor people. And at that time, it was a decision which was criticized, that he decided to waive off loans worth 60,000 crore for the farmers. I said, what was that strategy? He said, in India, if we put money in the hands of poor people, they go and buy things which are within the economy. So whatever we are giving them, this loan waiver, they'll go and they'll buy their day-to-day stuff, and they'll buy food grains, they'll buy their motorcycles, they buy their cycles, and that money will get back into the economy. So this is a very foresight. This is the foresight he had. And sure enough, in 2009, when the global economy was in total turmoil, India was unaffected. And actually, in 2010, India had actually surpassed China in terms of GDP growth. This is the first time, and I think the last time in the history, that India had, in a normal circumstances, exceeded 10% growth for a quarter. And we discussed that. And so this his entire economic and political philosophy was seeped into that. That how can we help the poor people, and the poor people will help the country. And that is what the people like Angela Merkel said, that his major decision was to help poor people of India. With just, I was going through all the statements being made by global leaders. In our country, if you see the kind of outpouring of mourning, of support, of homages to him uh, is unthinkable. And by the way, this is not generated. This is not a party trying to, trump up support for its leader. It's not that. It's very genuine. It's a very genuine thing. And my thoughts, Pallavi, also go out to uh, the family who I've seen and worked with very close quarters. That they must be feeling slightly vindicated, and uh, that all the criticism he faced and they faced. I mean, it's very difficult to face criticism for your father, for your husband, for your relative, and not say anything against it. They've never spoken about that. And even when I used to go and tell them that I'll go and I'll contradict this and I'll do that, they said, no, it's better not to do that. And the dignity, with the kind of dignity they have seen, with the kind of dignity with which they have conducted themselves under a fusillade of false charges, as we know now, the 2G scam, the coal scam, all that, and
And, and,
not.
and Pankaj, that point of yours, and I can understand your emotion because you were doing your job when you wanted to firefight for them. But for someone who's not into the grassroots or politics totally from the beginning, for someone who transitioned into politics, it must be really hurtful in the beginning to hear the kind of hate and the kind of words he was facing. I mean, they were deep personal attacks on him. And I can see people teary-eyed inside Nigambodh Ghat even as we speak.
Yes, absolutely. And that is because, that now there's a realization in the country that we have not done good. We have not behaved properly. There's a regret in the country today that we have not given Manmohan Singh his due, and that due is now people, this spontaneous mourning which we are seeing is a result of that. That we realize now that here was someone who was vilified unnecessarily, and in his death, he's proved his critics wrong, and he's proved his own integrity and his commitment to this country. I was going through his last speech, which we all sat down, and he used to write his own speeches. And the last speech is very clearly written, and I have it somewhere here. I'll just read it out, and it's absolutely heartbreaking, that part when he said that I was a poor person, and this country, whatever I am, is due to my country. And I was a poor person, and I came from a faraway land, a refugee and an orphan, and whatever has been given to me is by my beloved country. These were his last, despite so much opposition, despite so many allegations, charges, he did not lose the sight of that one, that why, what it all meant for him. It meant for him that the country had given him the highest respect. And even at that time, he remembered that he owed this to his country, which had him. And this is absolutely amazing. Someone, in the world, that how a person who on his own can rise from poverty, get the best of the educations in global institutions, then he can work with the best of the brains within the country, outside the country, in his various appointments at the IMF, the South Commission, and this opportunity, he said, which has been given to me, is the hallmark of the greatness of India. That anyone can rise in this country and anyone can contribute to this country. And he used to say it very clearly when we used to talk about economy and business. And the business and the economy at that point of time was taking a hit. I remember in 2012 and 2013. And he used to say that all we have to do is to empower our people. He said entrepreneurship in India is seeped. If we give opportunity to our people, they will deliver. And to the end, he kept working on that. Even after his he demitted office, I met him a number of times, and I'll just tell you one thing, that this is how the greatness and the humility of the man was. That I used to go and meet him, and he said, "You must come and meet me every 1 or 2 months." Then he said, "Okay, every 3 months, every quarter." So I used to go and meet him, and used to talk to him. And one day he said, "Ki, you are not my former colleague. You are my friend." So I told him, "I can't be your friend. I'm your chela." And then he could not understand the word chela, so I had to explain to him what chela means. I said, "You are my guru, and I'll be your student all this while." And this is the way, he used to deal with the people, and this is the way he used to deal with the country, that everyone should be given an opportunity. And if you see today, it's very clear that the fruits of all those policies are before us. You take Aadhaar, you take Food Security Act, you take Manrega. The government in last 10 years has bolstered, has strengthened all these policies which were implemented during this time. And that means the policies were right. And no government in India can do without those policies. And if you look at the only regret I think he had towards the uh, after demitting office was that he had to face a lot of unsubstantiated allegations and charges, which have mostly have been proved wrong. And that's what the country is realizing today. Looking at the newspapers, the kind of people who used to be his bitterest critics. I mean, Akali Dal leader Sukhbir Badal has written today about that he should be given a monument, and he also lists his contribution to the country. Anna Hazare, who held a mass protest against him, says that he was an uncorruptible person, and
Yeah,
Mr. Kejriwal was there, and he was also saying the same thing. So this, I wished that he was there today, and if he had listened to these people, there would be some shanti, some peace
okay.
for him, that he had been proved right.
Yeah, I can understand that. I can understand what you're going through. Thank you very much, Pankaj, for speaking to us. And even as we speak, the convoy of the Prime Minister of India seems to have reached a Nigambod Ghat. It's a full state honor funeral which is being given to the 14th Prime Minister of our country. The Prime Minister Modi was also one of the first ones to reach his residence at Motilal Nehru Marg yesterday to pay his tribute, and after that he spoke in glowing terms about his predecessor. State honours full. The Home Minister, Rajnath Singh, Defence Minister have already been here since morning. The countdown begins any time now. The final rites will take place. We can see the Prime Minister's cavalcade has reached Nigambod Ghat. After this, the Vice President, the President of India, as per protocol, will reach, and it's only after that the final rites will take place. The family is here. The Chiefs of Navy, Air Force, Armies to lay the wreath at the Nigambod Ghat. The Prime Minister Modi, in his tribute, has spoken about the fact that he has contributed immensely to world, to the economy of the country. The edifice of his government was also in a sense laid by Dr. Manmohan Singh, and he would be missed, and his contribution to the country can never ever be forgotten. And also the fact that he comes in from a humble origin. No family, no holidays he would take, no family into politics. Dr. Manmohan Singh leaves behind a rich legacy in the field of economics, of course, as India's finance minister from 1991 to 1996. Siddhant is there reporting from the spot. Siddhant, can you just take us through the pictures, because we are running a little late as per
Can you
schedule,
hear
but
me?
I guess, yes, I can hear you. Yes, Siddhant, go ahead.
Yeah, Pallavi, can you hear me?
Please go ahead, Siddhant, I can hear you.
Yes. So Pallavi, Prime Minister Modi has arrived. In fact, right after him, Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar has arrived. In fact, both of them have gone inside the Nigam Bodh Ghat. Now the wait is going on for Rashtrapati Draupadi Murmu, after which the state funeral of Dr. Manmohan Singh will commence. In fact, all his relatives, family members, the senior Congress leadership have gone inside. I've also seen KCR going inside, then the other senior Congress party leadership, and also the colleagues of Dr. Singh during UPA 1 and UPA 2. They all have come here to pay last respect.